Good evening, good day, wherever you are in this beautiful world, and welcome to another episode of Keep It Effing Real show. Of course, I'm your host, the one and only Mr. Pete Batiku, and we are live here out of Medellin, Colombia, where I believe God lives. And why do I say that? It's spring weather every day. You got beautiful people here. The women are gorgeous. I have one on my left, on my right here, which you guys are going to see. The food are natural, and everybody here is happy. So that's why I call it the God Country. But I'm very excited today. I have two special guests. One on my left is one of my good friend, best friend, a partner, associate, the only guy that I actually fucking trust out there in the world, other than myself. That's my man, DJ. He's also a DJ Mike Mack out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. He's visiting Colombia, Medellin right now. This is his third time. I just told him, I said, brother, move your ass over here. He has been enjoying himself, and he's been hosted by me as well. So Mike Mack, welcome to the Keep Effing Real show. This is the first time. And then, of course, to my right, I have the lovely Miss Val, who's actually from Colombia, Medellin. She speaks amazing English. She's gorgeous. She looks like Halle Berry, but she doesn't want to admit it. And she's very, very intelligent. She's in school right now to be a journalist. Is that right?
Yeah, journalist, yeah.
Okay, journalist. And so I'm excited for you to be on the show. So the topic today, ladies and gentlemen, is what are women looking for versus what do they want? I'm going to repeat that. What are women looking for versus what do they want? And of course, I couldn't do this show by myself with Mike, so we needed a lady here who definitely can give us the feedback, because a lot of us brothers, we don't know what y'all want anymore. Okay, there's a famous movie, one of my favorite movie. It's The Notebook. The best line in that part with Ryan and the girl was arguing after they split apart for like years. She went in, was about to get married. You seen the show, right?
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen The Notebook.
You do have to watch it at least one time.
Damn! You are the first woman that I've met in the last 10 years that's been around. I've never seen a Notebook.
The truth is, I've tried to watch it a couple times, but every time I'm like, I don't feel like crying today. I'm not gonna watch it.
Wow. No, you gotta watch it. So there's this part where they left each other, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, they was madly in love. She ended up getting with an army dude, nice looking dude. He's got money. Like most women would they'll go for him. Now, Ryan, he was almost like a homebody, a carpenter. He had a lot of full beard, just a guy that lives away from the city, right? And this he's got money. He's well known. He looks good. But she didn't really want that. So she went back to Ryan. And then there was a part where they started arguing when she was about to leave. He's like, we gonna do that again? What do you want? And she kept saying, I don't know. And he kept saying, what do you want? And then he kept saying it a third time. He said, God damn, what do you want? And she couldn't tell him what she definitely want. But her actions say, I want you, motherfucker. But I don't know how to say it. You see what I'm saying? So she was in between two guys. But at the end, though, she ended up going for, same guy. She ended up going for him. So what I'm going to ask today is, since you're here and Mike, we can content the Keep It Effing Real show. We are going to keep it real, raw. We're not censoring. This is a grown adult. If you're younger than 18, this may not be for you, because I go hard, all right? So I'm going to ask Val, what are women looking for versus what they want?
I think the quote of the movie, like, "What do you want?" It's very accurate because sometimes women are like, "I know what I want," but when the moment arrives, the truth is that we don't know what we want.
Exactly. Exactly. So you guys want a man with money, handsome, good looking, right? But those type of guys, they exist, but they focus on other things versus then women. And then you may have a guy that's not good looking. He's a little on the heavy side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a guy like me.
Ah, you ain't that, man. He's got a small, penis.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
No, yeah. Since you're black, it's automatically big, right? I don't know. I'm just saying that's what women say. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, we need to know what exactly do women want, because the dating scene nowadays is very, very strange versus when I was around. I mean, not around, versus when I was back in high school. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm an 80s baby. I was born in the 70s, just like Mike. Back then, women would stay home, okay? They will cook and they will do the house chores while the men go out there and actually work, right? But now in the 80s, women started doing jobs, started working, didn't really need men anymore, okay? But then again, divorce rate was very low back in the 80s. Now divorce rate is extremely high. Now people don't even want to date. Actually, people don't want to get married now. They just want to actually date. To where you can find a long-term marriage and relationship, you have to, talk to your mom and dad, who are still, together. Like, my parents been around. They've been married now for over 50 plus years, mm-hmm. and they're extremely happy, still madly in love, which is insane, but at work for them. So I need to get what me and Mike want to know is, what do women want nowadays? Because I know y'all have women talks, chat talks, y'all seeing versus what you see in a movie right now, right? Like, let me ask you this. Who's your top 3 guys you like that are celebrities in the movies?
Henry Cavill, top 1.
Okay, I don't know who he is. Okay.
Superman?
Oh yeah, of course. He's a good looking dude. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Really, okay.
Thor.
The last one better be your brother.
And I will go with Captain America.
I said the last one gotta go. You don't like chocolate, man?
Have you seen Captain American's butt?
Yeah, you don't like no chocolate, man?
Yeah, I do, but
Okay.
I think I'm more attracted to the typical Hollywood stereotype, the white, super formidable guy, like blonde, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm in danger.
Okay. So basically,
You're on the she likes the chiseled guy, the chiseled chin, the chest, the muscles, the whole,
I
which
do.
is good. Okay.
I do.
Which is definitely.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. But okay, now you like those type of guys. Now, what if you are dating those type of guys and he's a dick? All right. Mm-hmm. He's not as romantic as you think he is. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then the making love part is kind of mediocre. Will you still want that guy, or you be like, you know what, I need to change to a different flavor?
I think, in life, everything has to be flexible. You always have like a certain type of either a woman or a man that you like have a prototype you're attracted to.
Okay.
But one thing is how they look, like the sexual tension, then you see them from far away.
Okay.
But another different thing, like, as has happened to me a couple of times, that like I meet a guy, I'm like super hot, I'm like totally my type, and 5 minutes into the conversation, I'm like, I'm out of here. I don't like you, because for me, like, the connection is kind of more important. So
it's more important.
It's a really hard balance for me to find, because I need to find a guy who is extremely attractive to my eyes, but it's also like a connection. And usually you get one or the other. You don't get both. Getting both, it's a massive bonus.
No, I believe there are some guys there that do have like both. Mm-hmm. Okay, guys like me.
Hello.
Yes.
5 feet.
All guys like Mike, because I do know Mike. You know what I mean? So Mike, do you agree with what you just what she said?
You know, I was gonna ask a question. It's like it was kind of the same in the same realm, but it's like with women, it's like they're more attracted to the looks and the bad attitude than the looks and the good guy put together.
Like
so that's that. Yeah, it's like how can I say it? Well, like let's take it back into the States.
Yep.
Women are attracted to the drug dealer. You know, the hustler, you know,
hustlers, yep.
You know, and it's like a guy who has a job, you know, who's doing the right thing, has his own place, you know, living correct. You know, the good guy, the women just kind of look through him and they go, yeah, move out the way. I'm attracted to him.
Yep.
Because of the flash.
Yep.
So why is that?
I think the answer to that question is really what Pete was saying about the divorce rate that kind of goes along, because most of the days, most of the girls in the past, 30 years have developed the famous daddy issues. So a girl, if a girl comes from a family who they're from two parents that love each other, has a very formidable relationship, she's gonna try to find like someone as role model as, for example, their dad. Like
that's
someone
not necessarily true.
who respects.
That's not necessarily true. Because I know females who have, you know, the parents, but they still go for that, you know, that guy that's in the club, you know.
But how is the relationship with their parents? Because that's another thing.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Because
that's true.
in my case, like I was always like I'm always attracted to older guys, like that I feel protected because diagnosed with daddy issues. Not so proud of that, but it is what it is. And most of the girls I know that have like either a bad relationship with their parents, or they don't have a dad at all, or something like that, they get to that path. But the girls that I know that have a very strong relationship with both of their parents, with mom and dad, and either if they separate, they have a healthy relationship with their dad, it's like usually goes with the good guys, weirdly. So I think everything is connected in a like kind of a circle, like how you grow up in a family, and then how are you gonna try to make your own family in the future. Is that what you look for? So probably in your present or in the future, you try to look for the things that you didn't have, or the lack of things that you had back in your childhood or growing up, for example.
Okay, let me ask you this. This is a real life situation that happened to me a week ago with a young lady that was definitely here. Okay. How do I ask you what word this here? Anyways, I'm gonna save that towards at the end of the show. So I got some list of things here that I definitely want to ask you. In men, okay, short or height? Or tall man? Short?
Tall. Definitely tall.
Every woman I know always said that. Okay. Now let me ask you this. Here's a flip side. A short man with a lot of money, or a tall man with just average?
I will still choose a tall man with average because...
Really?
Yeah, because why do I want a person with money if I'm not physically attracted to that person?
Okay. Like you don't want to look down on him.
I don't want to be like, hey, babe, how is everything down there? I mean, I'm pretty short.
Okay.
I'm like...
No, you're average for like a woman.
I'm like 5'2" or something.
You know what? And the thing is, it's like, I've noticed that in this country, a lot of the women are short.
Yes.
Yeah, we're really short. Like here we're short. Like not like in America. Like all the girls are like
5'8",
like 5'8". Like for example, my boyfriend's sister, she has my age and she's like 6 foot. I'm like,
wow.
So yeah, I think for me that's actually not really a problem because everybody's taller than me. But however, I don't really find attractive a guy who's like a bit higher than me or like my size. I feel like dating myself.
So your boyfriend is tall then?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect, perfect. All right, let me ask you this: respect or love?
Respect.
Okay. Why would you say that? And I want to comment on that.
Because there could be love, but love without respect isn't love.
Okay.
And you can respect someone and have like a healthy relationship. Love builds up to that.
you
Instead,
go.
like if you're like kissing or being like super all over each other 24/7, but then at the end of the day you're yelling at me, even hitting me or something like that. So one
Okay.
respect is over, there's anything around. So for me, respect is more important.
You're the first woman out of the many that I've interviewed and talked to that said respect. They all say love. And here's the reason why I'm going to inject. This is true again. This is going to be Keep It Effing Real show. And I'm going to kind of go back to why I say women. This is a question I'm going to ask you. Women don't want an honest guy. They say they do, but they want a guy that actually lies. And I'm gonna go in details of that. Here's the reason why I say that. Men know how to love. Women do not know how to love. You can love a guy. Like right now, you can love your boyfriend. You can love your dog. Yeah, of course, you're going to automatically love somebody. But women, I'm 46 years young, so I've had the experience, and based on me consulting different people, man knows how to love. Based on the Bible, it says, husband, love your wife, right? But it doesn't say wife, love your husband. It says, you guys know what it says? It says honor, mean respect. Men want respect. Like, we don't love it. Respecting us is actually loving us. We don't want love. Because guess what? You can love me today, or you can love somebody today, and tomorrow you guys hate each other. Or you file for, divorce. But let me go in details. Let's say your husband right now, you guys been dating for a month. Okay? You go to a movies, you go on a date, you go on a movie, and you're cold, right? And you say, hey, baby, it's a little chilly in here. What he's gonna do? He's gonna take off his jacket, right? And give it to you. Oh, sweetheart, I got you. It's all good. Here you go. 2 months go by. Now you guys in 3 months. Same thing happened. You go to the movies, right? You're cold. He kind of looks at you like, okay, you're cold, okay. He doesn't say baby though. He might just say, okay, here's my jacket, right? 7 months into the relationship. Now, same thing happened. Baby, I'm cold. What do you think his response is going to be?
I can't control the weather.
No.
Why didn't you bring a jacket?
Why don't you bring a jacket? Why don't you do a jacket? You know it's going to be cold out here. And then eventually you guys kind of go back and forth. Eventually he'll give you that jacket. But
He doesn't want to give up his jacket anymore.
he doesn't, because now it's not about respect anymore. And now it's about, now he loves you to give his jacket, but that respect level has gone down. Example, like you go on a date, first time meeting. What do you want to eat? I like Chinese. No, I think I like pizza. Okay, baby, we'll go to Chinese. 6 months down the road, what do you want to eat, baby? I don't know. Okay, let's go to pizza. No, baby, I think I like Italian. And then you guys are going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? At first, he's like, whatever you want, you can have.
Pete, that I have to disagree with you. on
Nah,
that.
brother.
I got to. I have to.
Okay, go ahead.
I have
Go
to
ahead,
because
go ahead.
it's all based on the individual. So you
Okay.
can't. So right now, what you're doing is you're putting everything into
Okay.
like one big pot.
Okay.
And it's not necessarily like that. 3 months down the line, we're going to that same movie theater. It's cold in there. She's probably going to be like, I'm going to bring a jacket. So it's not necessarily always going to be the same way.
Yeah,
and
you're
each
right.
individual is going to, they're going to react a certain way, even with the dinner thing.
Yeah.
Like, I've been in relationships where I'd be like, okay, you pick somewhere to go. And, it's frustrating when you're waffling, but you just kind of just go, okay, well, pick a place. And then it gets to a point where you're like, okay, I'm going to pick the place. This is where we're going.
See, now it doesn't like, if that was the conversation in the beginning, you'd be like, okay, I'm out. This guy is too much for me. So I'm saying. So what I'm trying to say is, respect goes a long way than love. Like, I promise you right now, let's say Thor comes in and he's doing a movie premiere in Colombia. And you and your man, you guys got a date, like a super nice date, fancy restaurant. You're probably gonna go see Thor, right?
I'll say, hey baby, you wanna go?
That's my point. But it's like, because you respect him, right? Based on the status and the movies, you put him, not that's a bad thing, this is just human nature. You kind of put him above your boyfriend for just that time of the season, right? Because he's here for a short time. You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, if he loves her,
Yeah.
he'll compromise and be like,
There you
okay,
go.
we'll do that.
Yeah, but he
There you
likes
go.
Thor too. He's gonna, I was like, oh, okay, cool. He's gonna watch Thor.
Exactly, yeah. And that's where the love from the guy comes from. And the respect from you will be like, ask him, does he want to go along, rather than you just try to go there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, all right. So let's say this now. You want a 2-minute man with a decent sized dick, or a short, or man that can go long, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half hour with a short dick?
It's not about the size. It's about what you do with it.
Wow, okay, that's a very good comeback. Okay. Most women will go with the big shit.
I'll go with Anna. I would rather to have a good 15 minutes, like
Okay.
with a person that knows how to do with it.
Okay.
Doesn't matter if it's like big, medium, or short.
Okay.
Then 2 minutes with someone who's like, a starfish. No, thank you.
Wow, starfish.
Hard pass on that one.
Starfish. Okay. Okay. All right. So let me ask you this. Now, this is a trick question, but it's really not. Honesty or lie to you not to hurt your feeling?
Honesty.
Okay. Let me ask again. Honesty or lie to you but not to hurt your feelings?
Honesty.
Honesty. Okay.
Because
Explain.
truth hurts, but
Yes.
at least it's the truth.
Okay.
And I think it will hurt way more if someone lied to you.
Yep.
And then you realize they were lying to you for not to hurt your feelings.
Okay.
Instead if someone comes straightforward to tell you, like, because at least has, the balls to tell you that something was wrong. Like, oh, I cheated on you last night, for example.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, he cheated, he told me, and then I will decide what to do with that information. If I want to leave it there or keep trying or whatever,
Okay.
then I will never know. And then in few months or a few weeks or a few days, I will know about it.
Okay.
It's gonna be even worse.
Even
So
worse. Okay.
for me, honesty is the strong base of any kind of relationship.
Okay. Let me emphasize it, and I'm gonna see if Mike got any question. Now, here's the reason why that I actually said that. Again, I consult a lot of women. Honesty or something that lie to you. Now, the media has been lying to us for thousands of years. Now, let's say a man comes to you and say, "You're not the only person that I'm talking to. There's like 10 other girls or 5 other girls." But you really like this guy, and he's everything that you want in a man, okay? But he tells you that, okay? But you know he's got other females. Are you gonna be okay with that?
Finally, I've passed through that situation before.
Okay, so you have experienced that situation
Yeah.
before. Okay.
Exactly. Well, not exactly. Yeah, exactly the same
Okay.
situation.
Okay.
And for me, to be honest, even if I like the guy too much, for me, it's kind of gross to know, like, whatever he's doing with me, he's doing it with 10 other girls. So for me, it's
Okay.
like, I don't know. It's just gross to me. So even if I like it too much, I think I like myself way too much. And I just, like, put my boundaries. I'm like, okay, thank you for telling me. Thank you for
Okay.
your services. We will see each other in the future, maybe, or never again.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Now, this is why I asked the question. Let's say he doesn't tell you that, but everybody, like right now, I'm 46 years young. Like, I've had decent amount of women. Again, I'm gonna be very honest. I've had a decent amount of women in my lifetime, right? So you can't say that he's with other women because everybody is going to be with somebody. It could be 100 women. It could be 10. I'm gonna give a perfect example. Ric Flair. You know who he is, right? Ric Flair.
Am I supposed to say yes?
I love her, man. Ric Flair is like a wrestler. He's like an old school retired wrestler. All right. He has sex with over 1,000 women in his lifetime because he was a celebrity and career. But he's officially married now. Mm-hmm. But the woman loves him, and she knew that. But other women would be like, "No, I don't want this guy." But then somebody else's trash is somebody else's treasure. So you got a good guy. He's telling you, "I'm smashing. I'm fucking other, woman." Here's the reason why a man will say that. Again, women may not understand it. A man is we're like physically, we see physical. You guys are attracted by sensitivity, emotions, right? Like right now, that's why there are more strip clubs in this world than our male strip club, because we go like, you know what I'm saying?
We don't want to see guys dancing naked.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it doesn't really attack you guys, right? You guys are more intimate, like you can sense something's wrong.
Yeah.
Man, we don't have that intuition. You guys know something's wrong, right? So a man, again, this is going by the honest truth that women don't want to hear. A man has to sample many different flavors before he realizes this is what I want. That's why some guys, they'll be married for 10, 15 years and maybe have a side bitch or have a side chick. But the side chick, like, "Can you leave your wife for me?" He's going to be like, "No, I'm not." Right? Now, she find out, he divorces him to be with another guy that's probably going to do the same thing. Rather than, again, this is the honest truth that women don't want to hear. Rather than let him play in that field, do what he need to do, come back home, because eventually, not all men grew up right away. They're gonna act like kids. I mean, there's some 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds that still act like kids.
Yeah, guys never grow up.
Yeah, exactly. But if he marries you, that means you have fulfilled a lot of his fantasies. But sometimes men may get bored and maybe step out of their comfort zone to go get satisfied, but come right back. And I don't know if Mike can agree with me on this, but listen though, man, right?
I'm listening.
Okay. Now,
I definitely got something to say about that.
Okay. There may be some issues going on within your relationship, right? So he probably need to hit it, but doesn't want it. But he comes back home loving you more because it's like, man, it was a quick nut, but I didn't feel no spiritual, no connections. I got to go back to my wife. Now, a lot of guys that I've talked to secretly, this is the same thing they all face, right? Because you got to understand, why would a guy cheat with a beautiful woman? Why would a guy cheat with Halle Berry, right? Why would that guy cheat with Samaya? I mean, these are gorgeous women that have, oh man, if I can have her, I'm straight. No, nigga, you lying. You know what I'm saying? So just to answer that back with what I'm saying, a lot of women don't want an honest guy. Because let's say you and I are dating right now, and you ask me how many women have I could say 200, 300, 50. Would that matter? Because you say, if he's smashing, because I've already done it versus doing it in the future.
I think there's a difference between the past and the present. If a person's like, "Oh, I've smashed 200 girls," I'm like,
okay.
Do I care? No, I don't care.
Okay.
As long as you're not smashing those 200 girls in the same period, you're smashing me. No, thank you.
Okay.
That's what I don't like.
Okay.
Because everybody got a past. Everybody got,
true.
his persons, his
true.
people before you.
Yeah.
Obviously. Mm-hmm. And probably there's going to be more people in the future after you.
Exactly.
Whatever. But what I care is the present, the moments. Like, no.
Okay. And you?
Well, the reason why, one of the main reasons why men step out is because something's not being taken care of at home. Mm-hmm. So some need is not being fulfilled. Either it be emotionally, physically,
Yeah.
whatever. Something's not being met. So he's going to go out and try to fill that hole.
There
And
you
once
go.
it's filled, then he's like, okay, it's done. Then I'm coming back home. But he'll, if the man really wants to get everything in line, he'll come
like
back and
that.
he'll come back and talk to you and be like, here, he'll have a conversation. It's like, well, why aren't you doing this, and this? This is kind of not. I'm not comfortable with you not doing this and that. So that's one of the main reasons why men step out. Women will do the same, but they're really sneaky about it. They're really.
But it's very rare that they do that, though.
No,
It's not that rare, but it's actually really
It's
sneaky.
just you just don't. Here's the thing. Men don't plan. Women plan everything. They plan their every move.
Yeah, you're right.
So
more
so
men
you
get
can
caught
you
than
equate.
women.
So basically,
Yeah, that's
can
why
e-
guys get caught on
you
women.
can equate. You can put it in the category of men being dogs, because men will. What does a dog do? You let a dog out, dog's just gonna run wild and
Yeah, that's true, though.
do whatever.
That's true.
You let a cat, cats are calculated. They're
That's
reserved, but they're they're sneaky. So women, that's what they do. They plan out everything, and they can go out and they can be smashing 200 guys. You'll never know it
Yeah, you're right.
because they're not going to shit where they sleep. So
Okay.
so let's say we're here in Medellin.
Yeah.
A woman's gonna go to Barranquilla, Santa Marta, San Andreas. They're not gonna do it here. I'm gonna take a trip with the girls, and they're gone. And Ben's like, oh my God, I'm free for a week. I'm gonna go crazy.
Yeah,
Women already has their stuff lined up.
that's true.
So
Yeah, but if a guy will do the same move, he's gonna get caught in the
Always.
next minute.
of course, that's why. Yeah,
It's like,
that's
so
what I'm
like,
saying. Guys are-
I'm gonna go on a trip with the boys to Cartagena. Your wife is gonna be checking the flights
Guy-
the next minute.
Yeah, guys.
It's-
guys don't plan; they just react.
Yeah,
they
you're
just
right.
go.
I think it's
right.
more the girls' intuition. Like girls are like women are planning everything a bit more, and we're more cautious about the movements. However, women have the sex feeling, like the sex sense. Like we know everything that's going on. Like
That's
we
crazy.
can sense it.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I agree with.
Because men can't hide their body language.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it says like women are better liars than
Women
hell
are
yeah.
way better liars
that
than
guys
men.
because we are very careful about our body language. So if we're lying, it's like we don't want to get caught. We're gonna start crying. Why are you blaming me? You start crying, and so like guys get nervous and caught in 5 seconds. Girls can do hide much better.
Yeah, guys get on the defensive real quick
Yeah,
when they get caught.
and women get on victim side really quick.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this here. Do you rather have a connection with a man or a spiritual, connection?
Physical or spiritual?
That is a tricky one.
Ooh.
I think physical.
Really?
I'll go with physical.
Really? Because
first?
here's the thing with that though. Because the thing is, it's like the physical can go away real quick. Person can get tired of. It's like, it's the same old box of crackers. I'm tired of these crackers. I want something else. But when you have that mental connection, it's just you can't break it.
That is a tough one though. I can understand what.
Yeah.
But most women would say a spiritual.
I would rather have a spiritual connection with a woman
But
than
we're
a physical.
talking about the first. So
Yeah,
like
first.
going at the physical connection,
Well, yeah.
like enjoying the time,
Yeah.
will build up eventually to a spiritual or like an emotional connection.
Well, see, I don't know. I don't even know if
build-up.
you've ever heard this.
That's a good one.
This saying,
Yeah.
but a woman knows in the first 30 seconds if she's gonna fuck you or not.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard that before. Never.
First 30 seconds.
No,
in
not 30 seconds.
They will look you up and down, and
Okay,
they'll be
yeah,
like,
that's true.
they'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna fuck him.
Yeah.
And, dude, I've seen it. In all the years that I've DJ'd in nightclubs, I've seen it. I have seen it.
It's true. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because if a girl's looking for physical, then we're going to start looking up
The first
like
thing,
the things that we look
the
for.
first
in a
thing
guy.
they're gonna look at is your shoes.
Really?
Yes,
I'm looking at mine right
they
now.
will look at your shoes and
Okay.
be like,
I don't.
he doesn't have any money. They'll look at your shoes. I mean, you could be, suited up, but if your boots ain't tight, oh, it's a wrap.
Damn, I didn't know that trick. Can I see your shoes real quick, guys?
Okay. Let me ask you this: when do you think a woman is ready to get married or to be in a long-term relationship?
Oh, this one is really easy because I've talked about this like with my friends for
Okay.
like months. I think a woman or a guy is ready for a real commitment when they already pass what I call the hoe phase.
Oh wow. Okay.
When
Oh,
you
phase,
already got over that hoe phase, when you smash as many people as you wanted, when you dated as many people as you wanted, when you're already really tired of that, you're like, okay, I'm over this. That is the moment where a person can think about settling or marrying or getting together with someone like for a long term.
Now you saying women whole face or man whole face?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
Okay, so
Doesn't have a gender.
okay, so you start dating someone, and you're, let's say you're a year in, right? And the man's still doing his thing, and occasionally, the woman is gonna step out and do her thing. So, does that have any,
That means it's not ready yet, because what I think is like when you already burn out that stage of like haul around and just do whatever you want with whoever you want, when you step into a relationship with like a full commitment, you already know it's a full commitment and you already want to spend with the person that the rest of your time.
So what if you are in a full commitment? You both agree, hey, you're mine, full commitment, but it's still happening on one side. You just don't know about it.
Well, if I don't know about it, then such a shame, but still that person is not ready, because I think that everybody has to burn that stage.
Yeah,
because if you go to a commitment or a marriage or a long relationship without burn that stage, there's gonna be a point in the relationship, can be months, weeks, days, years, like 10 years, 20 years, where you're gonna feel like I'm missing something. I want something, like the famous FOMO. So they're gonna be like looking for it. Like for example, I have a cousin. She's my age. She got her boyfriend when we were like 14, and they've been together all that time, and now they have a kid. I see her. I'm like, in 10 years, one of you is gonna be breaking up, like looking for something, looking for side boys, side chicks, because for example, she never burnt out that stage, and she's gonna be
Well, if you've been in a committed relationship since you were 14, yeah, you haven't lived. You haven't experienced.
exactly. She never experienced anything.
You've just been eating vanilla ice cream all this time.
Exactly.
And there's other stuff. There's other flavors out there that you haven't experienced. But once you kind of get a little taste of it, you're going, oh my God, what am I doing?
Exactly. It's what Pete was saying earlier, that you've got to try the different tastes to know what you want. But it's not only for guys. That's for girls as well. We have to try everything in order to know what we want in a relationship, in sex, in family, in business, in everything.
See, and then society looks at that as a bad thing. Like in America, there's this movie. There used to be a show called, The Bachelor. You ever seen that?
Probably have, but I don't know the English name.
It's the dating show.
dating show.
The Bachelor, that's a show. No, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
But you actually heard about it, right?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
very popular a few weeks ago.
Yeah, no, it was popular years ago.
Well, it's still on. They have
still
the
on
Bachelor
right
and the Bachelorette right now.
Okay. So here's an example of that. You got one guy with 30 women, and then they all in the same house, and then week after week he eliminate them, and everybody loves that show. But when you do it in real life, you hate that show. See what I'm saying? So my question was, at what age, even though I'm getting the host, but realistically, at what age do you think a woman should settle down?
Depends of how long it took her to get to the whole phase.
Okay.
Like for example, I'm a young person, but I already went to that stage and I burned it out.
Okay.
I burned out way too quick, and now I'm like, ready. Not like to settle down, not to get married, but now I'm
But to
like,
settle down,
you know, just
right.
Just be in a relationship.
yeah, just being a long-term
Yeah, trying to keep
relationship,
okay.
something nice, something
Okay.
real. But I have a friend that she's like 5 years older than me, and she just started to burn out that phase this year.
Oh,
So she's not gonna be ready until like I don't know, like 5 or 6 years, for example.
it.
So that depends when you start like at least here in Colombia, like I'm talking about my perspective. When are you gonna start like living the life and do your things and explore, taste all the flavors of the ice cream, and then choose, okay, what ice cream do I like more? Depends if you start with that like a 14, 20, 30, 40, because some people is never gonna try that until like they're like 40 or 50
Exactly.
or never tried it before.
Never tried it.
So that's why maybe some people are never ready for commitment.
Okay. Do you think do women like guys dressed up in suit or kind of dressed up like Spot or him?
I think that's not that can be a generalization, because there is ice cream for everybody and everybody likes a different kind of ice cream, so it depends. I don't know.
No, I mean like dressed up. Do women?
Here's a good question.
It depends of the of the situation, like if we're gonna go, I don't know, to a casual dinner or something, like like in the, let's say, Los Perritos de allí de la 10, it's gonna be weird if like go with a man dressed up, or if I would go dressed up. I think everything goes along with the flow,
Okay.
but
So-
obviously a woman likes a guy who takes care of himself.
Here's a good one. The relationship you're in now, what was the attraction?
The attraction, that's a really funny story, because because I went out one night and I told my friends, I kind of want to have some fun tonight, if you know what I mean. And I started looking around, I'm like, oh, I like that guy, he looks cute, whatever. And now I'm here. I would just want to have a little one night stand, and
one night stand to a long stand.
I got dragged and trapped. But
Okay.
for example, like the first thing I look into a guy is like his presence, like tall and body shape. Like the first thing I look for is the arms. For some reason, I'm so attracted to arms. So I like strong arms. So that night I'm like, okay, yeah, check.
Okay, awesome. Let me ask you this. Now we're down to 7 minutes left for the show. A man. Now this question is gonna sound tricky, but it's gonna let me know what women really want. Man that lies or man that honest. So do women want to be led by men, or do they want them just to go with the flow, 50-50 rule?
What do you mean 50-50 rule?
Like in America, again, it's different in Colombia here. 50-50 rule is you can't make all the decision. I need to make a decision as well. You can't be the one making all the money. I need to make the money as well. Like, it's 50-50 rule. Like if I want to buy a house,
Oh, 50-50.
I gotta ask for permission. Or if I want to go out with the guys, I gotta ask is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Or do women want men to lead them, or do they want to lead the man, or just let it be flow, whatever it is?
That is tricky, because I always try not to put everything in a bowl and try to speak or to predicate about like my individuality, like me
Okay.
as an individual, as Val.
Exactly.
Not as every woman in the world or every woman in Colombia, because there's gonna be obviously girls that are gonna be like, lead. I want a guy who looks out for me all the time, who makes all the decisions, because
Exactly.
that makes them feel secure. There's also gonna be girls that's gonna be like 50-50 because I'm a woman, I'm independent, that's what I work, and that's why I have also power, because we're equals. So I don't know, it's gonna be tricky. I personally go more with the flow, whatever feels right, whatever depends on the situation. If we're gonna buy a house, I don't know, like if let's say we're married, let's check how much we both together have and put that into that. But I don't know.
Okay, let me help you better understand your answer that you just gave me.
Chon, chon, chon.
I know that you're young.
Suspense music, please.
Exactly. Let's do that on, suspense in the intro. All right. And here's why I say that it works in a really real world. Again, I like to go with the Bible. The reason why a lot of things are in the Bible is that's our manuscript. This phone right now, if it actually breaks, it comes with a manuscript. If you buy a brand new car, in the glove compartment, what's in there? A manual script, right? Even when you're buying buying food in a box, it comes with instructions in the back. If I want to get to Santa Fe Mall here, put in the GPS, it's going to take me there, right? So people don't go into the Bible, which is, the manuscript. Everything about men and women and sex, religion, it's in the Bible. So I've took the time because I wanted to master the art of relationship, the art of women. Look, I'm very good when it comes to women. I really understand what they want now. And so what I'm saying that is the man has to lead the woman, but not be bossy, not control. Meaning, remember, Adam was first put on earth. Mm-hmm. We don't know how many years he was alone, but the Most High say, it is not good for a man to be alone, so I'm going to make him a helpmate. Everything, the word was given to Adam, it wasn't given to, Eve. So that's why it was easy for Eve to be deceived by Lucifer. And it wasn't a snake, by the way, because women are afraid of snakes. So everything, right? It was a physical being, but religion tells you that it's a fucking snake, and she ate an apple. No, it was a fruit.
Probably we're scared of snakes because what already happened with the first snake that appeared to a woman.
Exactly. Yeah, but it wasn't. So what I'm trying to say is all the knowledge, all the information was given to the man. Christ came on earth, giving a perfect example. He didn't have a woman. He was the only man on earth that wasn't married, that the Bible doesn't say he has a woman, because one is women are emotionally. And this is true. It even says that women should not teach the Bible because they operate on emotion. Now, what I'm trying to say is that everything on earth was given to the man. Now, you have to be a well-rounded man to actually lead. What I mean by that is, to me, this is just me. I would want my woman, I'll give an option. Do you want to work or do you want me to take care of you? But I'm going to help you brand your business, but I don't want you to be out there 10, 15 hours working for somebody. And then you come home, we don't have time to spend time with each other, right? And then I want to teach you about business. I want to teach you about life. I'm going to, teach you how to look for a good man or bad man. I'm going to teach you how to tell when somebody is actually lying. But there's some things that you can't teach a woman. How to be a mother. Certain things like that naturally comes with you. I had that discussion with a woman, and Mike was there. It was at the house. And I'm like, no, I said, a man should lead a woman to greatness. And she was offended. No, I got to make my own decision, blah, 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 blah. And a lot of times women end up making the wrong choices, and it's just like men. But it takes a sound, grounded man to be able to lead. If a woman will let them lead but not be in control, like still do whatever you want to do, but say, you know what, baby, we're going to buy a house. Put your name on it. I'm not going to ask the permission, can I buy a house, because I'm doing something right. Now, if I am going to bring another woman in, it makes sense to let you know that, is that okay with you or not, based on what the Bible says. Mm-hmm. The Bible says if you're going to be with multiple women, let her know about it to make sure that she's okay with it. And if you are going to do that, be prepared to take care of them. Don't just have sex with them and let them go. Like, take care of their personal actual needs. So what I'm saying is a lot of nowadays, women don't want to be led by men, and they're led, stray. You know what I'm saying? So they're going a route that and this woman was 47 years old, still single. And after me having conversation with her, I was like, no wonder why you're fucking single, because you don't want to fucking listen. Yeah, you want to do your own thing. Yeah, it's like, I'd rather do my own thing. I don't need her comment was like, I don't need a man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bullshit. You fucking do. And then she's like, well, I like dick. So now I'm confused. So I'm saying? So it's like if women would just stifle themselves and let not all men can lead. So that's why you have to you have to know who you're fucking dating. So I'm saying, so women got a whole responsibility for who they are choosing. That's why I asked you, the physical part is great, but what women should really want is this.
Agree.
It's that.
I have a lot of like feelings right now with your statement, like what you said about the Bible and everything, because I'm like 20 years younger than you, so I'm like from total different generation.
Exactly.
Where, you know, I come from a gene where like a lot of single mothers have raised their children with no man needed.
Exactly. Yeah.
And obviously, I don't know. It's really complicated because some of the things you say, like some of them are facts, some other of them are pretty sexist. So it's true that every person need in their life, woman or man, a good leader.
A good leader, yes.
Not to lead you, just to help leading together, like
Guide you, yes.
to grow together.
Exactly.
Not one is more than the other. I think everything has to be equal, not the same. Like keep don't know this word in English. Like no, it's not equity.
I know what you mean. So what I mean by leading is like not to be in control, but to put you on the right path of greatness.
Still, that is kind of it is
Sexist?
true. It is true, but however, like having someone to lead your life or to lead you into a path, and you just follow it like a little like dog, just follow it. I don't know. I'm not so sure about it. I think both. Like, I like when a guy, for example,
Take charge or control, right?
just in bed. The other parts I control. In the rest, I'm the one who takes the control. But however, what I mean is like when a guy challenged me to be better, but not to lead me to, you have to do something or you should do something. Just like, for example, when a guy is talking about his goals, for example, my boyfriend tells me about his goals and tells me what he wants. And then I think about mine. I'm like, okay, I should push myself, not because he's telling me to push myself, because I'm pushing myself because I want to be better so we can be a team. Like we can do great things together and not him just like go Val. No, like I'm like, okay, let's go together. But I think that like probably the Bible, it is kind of like a manual of humanity, but also we have to know that the Bible was written 2021 years ago, so it's kind of old. And because Bible also says that having like a partner with your same gender is a sin, and now that's pretty normal. So I think that rules every time when you buy a car has a manual, but then when you buy a car that is new, like a newer car, it has a updated manual. So I think there's something that should be updated, but I think nobody, at least in the Catholic Church, nobody's like, okay, yeah, she's right. Women, it's a little society. Oh, gay people can get married as well. Oh, they can have kids too. It's just something that is always gonna be written that way. But I think society changed way too much of how it was 2021 years ago. So it's time, I don't know, to think about more about the future. And obviously women, like nowadays, in the past 20, 30, I would say 50 years, have took a bit more of the lead in the society than guys, and it's a very sexist fight nowadays.
Well, you did say some good points there, and then but also things do actually change. But I'm a man of a spiritual feeling, and I know that I'm very successful in the shit that I do, and it has worked for many other folks who actually apply it. Again, I can only give you the information and the actual step by step, but it's up to the person,
of course,
to fulfill it. And based on my experience, a lot of people that I've given instruction and step to, the ones that don't follow all the way through, they end up being average or doing the same shit that they're doing. They're not happy. The one that actually do it, you have to take a lot more actual risk, and eventually you're going to go there because it's not a race. It's a marathon. And going by the Bible doesn't actually change. It's man that change. Like, give her a perfect example. Colombia is beautiful, right? Anywhere is beautiful, but the minute people invade it, they make their own rules and fuck it up. But there's one creation that doesn't fuck up anything, is the animal planet. A lioness will never have sex with a tiger, right? You'll never see an eagle flying with pigeons. But we as human beings, we start making our own rules. Remember in the Bible, they were building a tower to see the Most High God, right? Because we all have one language. He's like, okay, I'm going to change your language so you guys can't talk to each other anymore. So what I'm trying to say is we follow the order. We follow a system. Like, everything is a system. Why is McDonald's the best fast food chain? Because they have a system. They're the first person to have a system, duplicate, drive-throughs on the way. It's the same place. It doesn't change. So what I'm trying to say is not every man can actually lead. Leading means make sure that my wife is put higher than everybody else. Leading her to greatness, not leading her to, the dungeon. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I kind of like the Beyonce and Jay-Z relationship. They help each other out. So I'm saying, like, he could tell, I think her career took off when he connected with Jay-Z. And I think his career, his audience got a chance to know Jay-Z. He may not be the most handsome guy.
It was more of the reverse. Her career was already moving, but his career boomed because now he got put into that pop side.
There you go. So, like, he came into her world and it came to, like, if a man, like, let's say I bring you to my world right now, my goal is to make you better, to make you shine. Because by me doing that, I feel like I've done my duty. I was like, oh, she's very successful. She knows my audience. So I'm saying, I'm like, okay, yeah, here's this young girl. She ain't shit. So I'm saying, and then I don't help you out. So I'm saying,
yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is, you almost have to let a God as well put together lead you to greatness. That's what I mean. Not like control or tell you what to do. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I got that, but that was what I was trying to say is, like, it shouldn't be like a guy led into greatness. It was like any of the partners lead together to something bigger, better. Like, if I see my partner is like stuck, then I'm obviously gonna push him to do better.
To push each
but
other.
What I was trying to say is, shouldn't be the man led into greatness. It should be both led into greatness to lead your partner.
Okay, last and final, we're done. At the end of the show, we normally give words of wisdom. That's the tagline: failure equals success and wisdom. So I'm going to ask Mike, on his point of view, keep it under 1 minute. What advice would you give to a woman?
To just listen, to be open. Don't be closed-minded. Don't have don't be so strong-willed, strong-minded. Be open for suggestion. And give suggestion as well.
Okay.
So,
and you, what advice would you give to women out there right now? You're very intellectual woman. I'm very, very impressed. This is my first time having a really conversation with you. I'm extremely intrigued.
I think that my advice to girls is to don't set for standards, because the standards always change. Just follow whatever they feel like they should follow, but do it right and do it big. I think that will be my little advice, because women can lead as well. Who runs the world?
She's a Beyonce fan. Well, my last words of wisdom will be for you women out there. Go back and watch my last talk show that I speak to. I think Spot was there as well. There should be 5 questions that every woman should be asking a man. Once you ask those questions, you'll find out exactly what you want a man. That question is, ask the man, who is he? Ask a man, does he have a vision? Ask the man, how does he treat his mother? Because how he treats his mother is how he's going to treat you. Ask him vision, like what is his goals, his plan 4, does he include you in his dreams, in his vision, in his future? 5, and they always laugh at this, does he know how to satisfy you in bed? Please you first. Bottom line is, does he know how to eat the kitty cat right? And the reason why I say that was, which is a very important question. The reason why I say that is it's easy to please a man. Man can jack off and they're definitely happy. But when it comes to sex, if a man if he doesn't know how to go down on you right, he's pretty much selfish. There's 5 gears to sexual relationship when it comes to women. So if he understands those 5 levels, if he understands make sure that you have to have an orgasm first before him, that means he's catering to your needs. So that's my time. I really appreciate you, Val, for coming on and helping us, me and Mike, to really understand what women want. And women, please make sure that you are writing down what you definitely want before you get to a relationship. Now, if it's just about sex, let it be known and then be on your way. If it's something you want a long-term relationship, let it be known so that guy knows exactly how to make a move, so that way you guys are not wasting time. So that's my time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Keep It Effing Real Show. I am your host, People Tiku, and we will see you next week with another episode.